Good afternoon. The objective of this brief video is to take you through the APA Citation Library Guide section of our course under the Resource tab in your classroom to further analyze a sample APA paper as well as some useful APA resources. You'll note here that if I click APA Citation Library Guide, you'll now have a new screen that has the title Library and Learning Centers. If you'll scroll down, you'll see several important documents, including sample annotated bibliography, sample citations, sample paper, etc. You'll also see down here below that there is a help video which was created in order to avoid plagiarism and to make sure to use proper citations. I strongly encourage you to take a few moments to watch this video and ask any further questions to your instructor. Another great tool that you'll find on this site is the Noodlebib. This can help you to format your citations as well. For specific questions as to how to use this particular tool, you'll probably want to address the campus librarian or the online librarian for specific citation questions. Let's go ahead and open up the APA 6th edition sample paper. You'll notice a few important things on this page. First, in the top left-hand corner, you'll see the word running head. You'll notice that the first letter R is uppercase, the remainder is lowercase, a colon, and then you'll see the title in all uppercase letters. Please make sure to follow the format for when using your running header. On this page, you'll also see additional tips on how to take care of these things. In the center of your document, you'll want to have the title of your paper, your full name, and the name of the school, Rasmussen College. You'll notice here that your title is not in all uppercase letters, so please make sure the difference is how to format your title here versus in the running header, as well as to make sure that your page number appears in the upper right hand corner of each assignment. I'm not going to read each of the boxes, but please make sure to read each of them on your own time as they each have beneficial information. Okay, right now we are looking at what would be page 2 of your particular document. You'll note that the running head carries on to your second page, as well as the title will reappear in the center of your document. In order to make sure your title is centered, when you're typing your text, it'll start probably over on the left side. You can highlight your title and click center on your Microsoft Word, and it'll make sure that the title is in the appropriate place. You do want to make sure your title is directly centered in the document. Another thing I want to point out by looking at this sample is to make sure, as you see here where my arrow is, that the first line of each paragraph is indented. You can do so by clicking the Tab key one time. You'll also notice the substance of the first paragraph. A good solid paragraph would be a minimum of 5 sentences. You'll notice this particular introduction is more. When going further in your paper, if it is required, the next particular heading will still be centered, but you'll notice that now this heading will appear in bold. For specific directions as to how to format your headings depending on how many level headings you have, you'll want to refer to the additional APA resources that we noted on the first library page. Again, notice how in-depth that the paragraph is to make sure that the paragraph is substantive and makes a complete point. You also notice in this particular first paragraph there is what we call an in-text citation. In order to do so, you'll have the parentheses, the author's last name, comma, the year of publication, close parentheses, and then the period. Please do not put the period before the in-text citation, as that is not proper APA format. I'm going to just scroll down a little bit further and you'll see some other examples of in-text citations as well as directions for when there's more than one author. And I'm going to go ahead and try and scroll down to where we'll find the reference page. Again, please make sure to look at this document in detail on your own time. Here's another important thing while we're scrolling down. Any quotes that are more than 4 lines are considered a block quote, as well as if they're 40 words or more, and you'll notice that the entire quote is indented. Some information about personal communications, which include interviews and email. And then finally we're down here to the reference page. And now this is important as well. For APA, the final section of your paper, which lists all the sources, is to be titled References. Anything else is not APA format. You'll also notice here that the title again is centered. The reference page will appear in alphabetical order, and you'll need to make sure to check the citation examples to ensure that you include all of the necessary pieces for the particular reference you used. As well as for every reference listed on this page, there should be at least one in-text citation present within your document. You're welcome to use more, but make sure to at least have one. What I wanted to point out here from this particular page is, well, as you'll notice that there was a website address here, and the author does not just have the URL address listed. You have to make sure to have the title of the website, the year of publication of the site, and the words retrieved from. Again, if you have any questions as to how to format your references, you can refer that to instructor or the librarian, or on the tab I showed you earlier, but this particular document shows you how to cite quite a few different types of references. So that was a little short sample of what you can find in the APA Citation Library Guide by clicking the Resources tab of our course right here. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to ask. You can either post them in the general course questions section of the course if they're related to content, or if your questions are of a personal nature, please make sure to email your instructor directly. Have a great day.